Good afternoon. There are growing concerns over the increase of incidents of hate in Montreal. It seems two Jewish schools were targeted by gunfire overnight. And yesterday, there were violent clashes, pro-Israeli and pro-Palestinian groups at Concordia University related to the Israel-Hamas war. Now, Rob, first, the latest incident involving the schools.
And I can tell you, Mitsumi, that it's a very troubling times for members of the Jewish community after the news of this morning. Now, what was discovered at around 9 o'clock in the morning was that there was a bullet hole at the Yeshiva Gedola, which is a daycare, at the corner of Vimy Avenue and Deacon. Now, no one was injured from that, but the police are investigating. And also earlier in the morning, 8:20 a.m., they also discovered another bullet hole at the United Talmud Torah High School. That's on St. Kevin and Victoria. That is a high school and an elementary school in that building. Again, police are investigating, but no one was injured. A lot of frayed nerves right now about that, those two incidents.
And Rob, you spoke to someone who was in the middle of that clash at Concordia University yesterday.
Yeah, that's right, Mitsumi. Adam Gorin is a Jewish student, and he belongs to a pro-Israel group that was holding an event yesterday at Concordia University. Now, they were trying to raise awareness to pressure for the release of the hostages that were taken by Hamas. Now, around the same time that his group was holding a demonstration, some pro-Palestinian students were holding a fundraiser not far away. Now, the two groups got involved. They started speaking. He says at first it was relatively respectful communication between the two, and then one person got involved and started shouting down the pro-Israel students. Here's a little bit more of what Adam Gorin says happened.
You support genocide. He was screaming, you guys are baby killers, 10,000 isn't enough for you, so on and so forth. And, you know, and even throughout all that screaming, people who were listening to this and who were being screamed at kept saying, no, that isn't what we're supporting. No, we don't support the death of innocent civilians. No, we don't, support innocent people getting hurt or being affected by this. And the screaming just kept going and going and going until eventually that escalated into physically grabbing flags from our hands, attempting to physically grab flags from our hands. And then the shoving.
Yeah, we also know that a 54-year-old security guard was injured in that home melee, and a 22-year-old student was arrested. There were a few other people who had very minor injuries. Now, Minister of Higher Education Pascale Derry spoke about the incident this morning. She says she's written letters to university rectors and principals saying anti-Semitism of any form will not be tolerated, nor will intimidation of any form. Here's a little bit more from Minister Pascale Derry.
I think we need really to make sure the campuses are kept calm, that we remain calm, that all these activities are done pacifically. So I trust, obviously, the rectors, the principals of all these institutions, and I'm again saying that we are collaborating with the authorities.
Now, police and the mayor of Montreal will be holding a news conference this afternoon to update all the incidents of violence aimed at the Jewish community and all communities. This in light of some statistics about hate crimes showing that hate crimes are on the rise since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war. And we will be covering that news conference, hearing what the mayor and the police have to say about the latest incidents.
Okay.
Mitsumi.
Thank you very much, Rob. Both the Prime Minister and the Premier are denouncing the acts of violence.
That's not who we are as Canadians. We are a country that has done better than just about any other country at understanding and respecting different perspectives, at reaching out neighbor to neighbor to share tears, to share anguish, to share fears, and to be there for each other. Right now, while this conflict and crisis rages in the Middle East, Canadians have an opportunity, and therefore a responsibility, to look to be there for each other. Not to necessarily agree. Our diversity includes diversity of perspectives and opinions. But not to hate.